Good morning, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I hope you had a really great Christmas and a happy and healthy new year. Mine was far from healthy, I can assure you, but it was pretty happy. Also, it probably looks like my hair is really greasy. It's not greasy, it's just I've only just got out of the shower, so it's a bit damp still, but anyway, I don't know why I said that, that's completely irrelevant. It was Christmas, as I'm sure you know, and as a result of that, I received some records, so today is going to be another vinyl haul video. I haven't done one for ages. The first record wasn't actually a Christmas present, it was something that I saw in HMV of all places, and as soon as I saw it there, I knew I had to get it, because it's the score for Christopher Nolan's film Dunkirk by Hans Zimmer, and it's absolutely brilliant. If you haven't seen Dunkirk, watch Dunkirk because it's a real spectacle of cinema, and the music is so riveting and tense and exciting and emotional all at different times, and I think Hans Zimmer uses a lot of the shepherd tone in it, which if you don't know what it is, look it up. It's this really interesting sort of optical illusion, but for your ears. It's like an audio illusion that something is constantly rising and building tension, and this is how this film is so tense. It's a double LP and a really nice high quality gatefold sleeve, and I believe this is actually a limited edition pressing. It doesn't come on regular black vinyl, because you know what sort of peasant would want something on black vinyl. Instead, both discs are on this absolutely gorgeous ocean blue colour. This is honestly like one of the loveliest colours I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, that's record number 1, the Dunkirk score by Hans Zimmer and Benjamin Valfish, who I think did the arrangement of the final piece in the film. Not the piece that plays during the credits, but in the final big climactic scene of this film when the speech is being read. There's this wonderful piece of music that starts playing, which is actually an arrangement by Benjamin Valfish of Nimrod from Edward Elgar's Enigma Variations, a quintessential piece of British music, and it works really well in the context of the film, and it's just a really interesting arrangement as well. Moving on, the next record was actually a Christmas present, and it is the amazing album Island Songs by the very talented Olafur Arnalds. I'm a really big fan of Olafur Arnalds and the whole Icelandic composer scene in general, and I was so excited to finally get this record on vinyl. It came out in 2016, so I was a bit sort of delayed in actually owning it. But it was well worth the wait. It's an absolutely beautiful and brilliant album, as pretty much all of Olafur Arnald's stuff is. I can remember Particles being the first song that I listened to from this, and if you want to hear some incredible music, listen to the song Particles by Olafur Arnalds. I think it has the female singer from Of Monsters and Men in it as well, and the music video for it, along with pretty much all of his music videos, is a real work of sort of genius. So yeah, definitely check that song out. Really good album. Next on the list, we've got The Horrors' latest album, 5. When I unwrapped this on Christmas Day, my dad was so disgusted by the artwork, he made me take it to another room and just leave it there so we didn't have to look at it at all. It is a really weird and kind of off-putting image, to be fair, but I do think the artwork is kind of cool. And The Horrors are a really weird band anyway, so it only makes sense that they have this artwork. I've been a fan of theirs since Strange House. I think I mentioned this in another video, but it's a really interesting to see their progression. Each of their albums sounds very different from the previous one, but it always sounds like the same bands. They've managed to retain a certain sense of integrity and atmosphere in everything that they do. This is another double LP in a gatefold sleeve, and the artwork and lyrics that are printed on these inner sleeves, I think it's really cool. They're sort of dotted all over the place and they all look a little bit different, and I really like reading the lyrics while I'm listening to this album, because Faris Badwan, I think that's his name, the lead singer, is very good lyricist, but unfortunately it did only come on a black vinyl, but we'll just leave that there. It would have been nice if it had been some sort of gross pink colour like on the front cover. The penultimate record in this vinyl haul is another one that I did actually buy myself, and it is by Hillsong United, and it's their latest release, Wonder. I can never decide if this artwork is really shit or really cool. I just don't know, it looks kind of messy and weird down here, but they were going for a sort of retro-y vibe, I guess. I don't know, it's just, what do you think? Let me know in the comments whether or not you think that's good or terrible artwork. Lots of people on Instagram were really surprised that I listened to this album, but it's a really good album, and I also kind of live with someone who sort of helps mix it and works for the guy who mixes all of Hillsong stuff, so no big deal or anything. Hillsong United are obviously this huge Christian band, but one of the things that I like about them, apart from the fact that the music is just arranged so well and sounds really nice, it's just really nice sounding music, but I like the fact that a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it you can listen to and enjoy even if you're not Christian or you don't have any kind of religious beliefs. It still sounds like good music, because in my opinion at least it is, and I think on this record they've done a lot more in terms of creating a more unique sound. I mean, I say unique, they've just used loads of 80s influences that everyone is doing, so yeah, it's not very unique, but it sounds really good, and the production is amazing, mixing is great, and I just think it's a really good album. If you wanted to listen to a couple of tracks in here, I'd recommend So Will I, brackets 100 billion times. I wish they just called it So Will I. They could have just called it So Will I. It would have been fine. And Shadow Step and Glimmer in the Dust are some of my favorites. One thing I will give major credit to is the quality of this LP is just fantastic. Again, it's a double LP in a gatefold sleeve, but it's a really, really good quality, heavy feeling thing. And also, and I had no idea that this was going to happen, it came with this poster. In all honesty, I'm not going to put this on my wall because, well, I mean, I'm not 12 years old and I don't feel the need to put posters up anymore. But it is really cool that they've included it. And then on the back, you've got all the lyrics. And I just think it's really cool that they went to the effort of including something like this with the release. I've always said that one of the things I like about records is that you do occasionally get these freebies and these extra things that come with it. It's not just the music. The records themselves come in really nice colors. They're both 180 gram, and you've got a blue one for sides A and B and a red one for sides C and D. And finally, the last record on this Christmas vinyl haul is one that I've mentioned several times over the last couple of months, and that is the National's latest release, Sleep Well Beast. I was saying a couple of weeks ago that I was really annoyed that I still hadn't got around to listening to this. Well, I have got around to listening to it, and it is fucking brilliant. Again, I am a massive fan of The National, and it's so good to finally have their new record to add to this collection. Although I'm still missing a couple. I'm missing Sad Songs for Dirty Lovers and one other one that I can't remember what it's called right now. But anyway, yeah, pretty soon I'll probably have all of them on record. I think this artwork is really cool, and I love how it's kind of minimal and there's not much color on the front of it, but then when you open it, it looks like that. Inside the sleeve, you've got another one of these. It's not a poster, it's not the same dimensions as the one in the Hillsong record, but it does look significantly cooler than the previous one. And then on the back of that are the lyrics to all of the songs on the album. And if you've listened to The National before, you'll know that the lyrics are one of the best things about their music. And so it's great to be able to read through them while listening to the record. It's a double LP, and the music itself is pressed onto a really nice white vinyl. It's not quite 180 grams, but it is heavyweight. Seriously, a fantastic band and a fantastic album. So there we go, that is my Christmas vinyl haul. And I'd love to know what you got if you're into music and you collect records. Is there anything in particular that you managed to get this Christmas that you really, really like or you're really looking forward to? Have you listened to any of the records that I've talked about in this video? And if so, what did you think of them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? You know, let me know all of that down in the comment section there. Thank you so much for watching. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you very soon.